Hello and welcome to the Kick and P podcast. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kick and P podcast with the one and only Prince, man. We got a special one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I got my brothers in the building, man. We got 2/3 of the All a Brother Knows podcast. I got my brother Black James to my right.
Yo.
Got my brother Benny to my left, man. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal, Pickle?
What's the word, man? I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. We got a good one tonight, man.
Yeah, for sure.
We gonna talk some shit, y'all ready?
Hell yeah, let's get it.
All right, so we gonna get right into it, man. I first wanted to start off talking a little bit about, I want to dive into politics.
Right into it, huh?
Yeah, I want to dive right into it, man. I want to jump right into it, man, and get y'all thoughts on it, man. What y'all think about just politics in general and how Black men in our culture, how we view politics?
That's a loaded question. I mean, listen, I'm gonna just jump right in, man. I think a lot of us from the urban community, you say Black men, we talking about urban, like urban brothers, right?
Yeah,
Because we got Black men everywhere, all over the world.
Facts.
But we talking about those of us who occupy the urban
urban
of it, right?
culture.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I would
So
say,
urban
yeah.
culture, I think we can all agree that growing up, we kind of came up in a more of a democratic
Yeah, household.
like ideology. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
And I think the older we grew up, we kind of seen like that our focus needs to be in terms of politics needs to be more so on municipal than like federal. You know what I'm saying? We need to more so focus on state and municipal governments that affects our day to day.
Yeah.
Our budgets, where our immediate tax dollars are going. A lot of the attention gets focused on the federal government shit.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about, it's entertaining, but in the grand scheme of things, it's that local shit that we need to focus on. And I still think a lot of Black men, although we know these things, we still haven't really invested completely into any type of government politics, whether it's local or federal, simply because we think it's still this notion of that's a white man's business, that's a white man's game, because even when we vote and our tax dollars, it doesn't serve enough. We have never seen enough change, enough resolve in our interests to really feel like we was ever a part of the political process.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we give our takes. You know, we got opinions. We are all astute gentlemen.
Yeah.
So we know what's going on. However, we just haven't seen enough to really invest in the political process, man, because it haven't yielded enough fruit on our behalf yet.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So we talk shit, but I feel like Black men, we know what's going on. We abreast of all the situations, federal, state, municipal, but we have yet to see like, you know, the yield of that shit. We haven't bared any fruit in our case. So
do you think it's like a overall cultural perception of like, I don't really get into that politics shit. I don't really get into all that. Do you think that's like a overall perception that we got amongst the men in our community for the most part?
Majority speaking, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's like that when you're looking at it from afar, but when you get down to it, when you get deep into it, no, niggas care. We just ain't never found nobody who come up there that can represent us the proper way. Every time somebody come up there and represent us, it's not proper. They doing some shady shit, going behind our backs, doing something that ain't favor for the people who done sacrificed everything to get this place where it's at. So, like I say, on that, like not getting into it, like you said, you got people you lean on the outside, be like, man, I don't fuck with that politics shit, but you take them behind the door and you really talk to them.
Right.
They get to tell you some shit you ain't never heard before. So I just think it's us not trusting it, and I don't think we gonna ever trust it.
That's a good point you made.
I don't think people gonna ever
Representation, representation. That kind of like pushes the conversation in the direction, because I think your question, how it was presented, kind of like speaks to like how much do we indulge in the political process, opposed to like, and we're kind of giving like solutions as to why we don't. And I think that's the biggest one. He made an awesome point. There's not enough representation for Black men in a like the prevalent urban culture on our behalf. We got representation in everything, every sport, every genre of music, you know, across the board.
That's a fact.
But politics, we still haven't. Shout out to my man Barack, but I don't think he comes from where we come from to a certain degree, but I don't think he did that great of a job representing us though. You know, and we talking about policies being passed. We talking about just the overall presentation of black men in the White House.
Right.
If without winning a championship.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We do go there doing the Super Bowl and yeah.
Talking, you know what I'm saying? We talking about innocent lives being slain in the streets during his term. More black men died during Barack Obama's administration on average than any other presidential term. It's like they were sending a message and we didn't send a big enough one back. But yet and still, you see what I mean? Stop, man.
I agree with you, bro. No, I'm with you though, bro. But man, I think a lot of it is too, though, bro. I think a lot of it is we not really educated on how the process really works. Like we know the stuff that we see on CNN, we know the political names, we know the figures, we know Democratic and Republican, we know liberal and conservative, but we don't actually know the ins and outs of how politics work.
The lobbying
we
and
think
shit
the
like
lobbying behind the shit. We think our votes and shit don't matter, constituents don't matter. But if you know how to play the game that they play, that shit absolutely matters, bro.
Forming super PACs and shit like that.
Forming super PACs, what they do, the APAC and all the other super PACs, bro. We can talk for days about these motherfucking PACs, bro.
You're right.
But it's like,
you're right, bro.
I think that's a huge part of we don't know how that under par work. So we think that shit don't affect us.
And the few of us
but
that
it
do,
absolutely do, bro.
the few of us that do, I don't know where's the disconnect between those of us who know and those of us who don't know, because those of us who do know, I don't think we do enough to step up. That's like we probably never seen ourselves. And this is the problem. This is the issue with proper representation, because the reason why we're not adamant, why that's not an immediate field or occupation we go into, because we haven't seen enough of people who look like us occupy those spaces. So although we can be dominant in those spaces, probably, we haven't been groomed to be, we don't even really see ourselves in those spaces, although we can, because the niggas probably do well, but not enough of us has seen it to go chase it.
So you think physical representation is important when it comes to forming perspectives and
I think that's the only reason why we have so many white presidents, because young white boys have always seen white male presidents.
I don't know, man. I think the niggas that's in position that is in there, man, they don't be giving up the sauce. They be just strictly judging niggas without opening up the doors and letting niggas know what's going on and schooling them. They don't school them. You got black people that's in their politics all the time, but them the Uncle Toms though.
That's what I say. Proper representation.
It's the wrong people that's in there.
Yeah,
it's like, the people that you find out
they don't got no patience with niggas. Like they be upset as us for not knowing. But how the fuck you upset for a nigga not knowing if you in that position and you ain't speak? Ain't speaking.
But again, not knowing is hindering us, because not knowing is we just watching TV. We see the Democratic commercials, so when we go out, we go vote for this nigga. Us not knowing that he's being supported by a certain PAC that's pushing a certain policy that's going to directly affect you in a negative way. Like it's about knowing and going to research these political figures. Stop just going and just voting for these motherfuckers because you see a commercial. Go back and look at their actual voting record, what they actually voted for as far as their policies they voted for, and who's supporting them, who funding them, who donate to their campaign. That's fucking super important, bro. And start voting on that, bro. And start voting on that aspect instead of voting on all that commercial was nice.
Or the talking points.
Or the fucking talking
points. People throwing them fucking lob, what they call that shit? When you throw soft questions,
softball and
them and shit, right?
Or because Obama endorsed them or Trump endorsed them, and so we gonna go endorse them and shit too. That's what
really
a lot of it
smack
be,
in
bro.
the face. You do some shit like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
What that shit be?
You speaking to our ignorance. You playing the narrative. You know what I'm saying? You playing us like you playing us short.
Yeah.
But that's why, and y'all driving it home. Y'all doing so well as to like making this point. And I think we got to put emphasis on the term proper representation. Not just representation, because like you said, there are melanated people in positions of power politically, but it's not proper representation.
And they ain't, like I said,
they look like us, but they ain't like us.
You got to teach niggas nothing. Niggas don't grow up to just be raw ass basketball players. Like LeBron, he raw, but he didn't grow up dunking that motherfucker behind the back between
that
the legs.
Nigga probably did, bro.
He got taught some of that
probably did.
But that nigga probably did.
Hey, that nigga got taught some of that shit. Yeah. Like you got to like motherfucker, we don't know nothing, so you got to be our teacher. Yeah. Like we students at this shit. If you in that field, you got to show the people how to get there and what's the ins and outs of that shit. Yeah. Because why not? Don't you trying to get more youth into it? You trying to get more people into it so we can overcome whatever we going through. Yeah. But y'all ain't trying to do that because y'all so stuck in like the older niggas don't have no patience. It's like they look at us as kids with no patience.
And you know the truth though,
they don't help us.
We understand it. Because a lot of the shit we do in life, the street politics and shit,
we understand.
it's the exact same shit.
It's the exact same
and
game,
niggas
bro.
playing for their life out there with this shit,
It's
though.
the exact same game with a different name on the shit,
Man,
bro.
and listen, you talking
But
about
played
lobbying.
on a bigger, grander scale with the way they doing the shit,
you
bro.
talking
Play with your life,
about, you talking about middleman and some shit. You a lobbyist, nigga. You a gang
That's
shit.
all you
You
do
a
all
super
way.
PAC leader,
That's all you
nigga.
do.
That shit really is like an extortionist gang almost,
it.
bro.
That's all it
it's really
is,
like some
G.
mafia shit. How the mafia come to you, be like, hey, I got this couple of dollars for you.
Yeah.
Hey, I need you to. Oh, you the union boss? I need you to
Why
look
would
out
you
for me
take it?
real quick.
Yeah.
That's all it really is,
I'm really
bro.
not asking. I'm letting you know what we doing.
That's all it really
I'm really
is,
not
bro.
asking. I'm letting you know what we doing.
And it's important that we educate ourselves, bro, on who these people are. So when we sending these people to represent us, they actually going to represent our
us.
interests
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Or
They're not
die.
going there to line. They're not going there to line their fucking pockets up.
Or
You
they
don't know
die.
that this nigga is the nigga you voted in and you think because he black, I'm voting him in there. You don't know that he was just lobbied by Tyson's Chicken. And now they just changed all the restrictions. Now they done sold all the local farmers out. Now they can't
Santos
sell their
seeds and
chickens.
shit, yeah.
And you wonder why your eggs is fucking $12 in the
Hey, that's
store.
true.
Because you just
true.
voted this nigga in.
Obama was a big learning experience for niggas. He really opened up our eyes. Like as
What should
much
be the
as
consequence
we,
for
as
that,
much
though?
as niggas throw songs at him, we need to praise him for the shit he did because
did
he
he
really
do?
just. That's the situation he was in. It woke up all the black people who was slept.
You right.
It woke
Round
us
of
up to
applause
let
for
us
that.
know
You right.
how the shit work and
I
how
agree.
the shit like it's a
Yeah.
piece of shit.
I
He
agree.
let us know that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Not even trying to on Chief. So
Well, maybe so. But it needs to be consequences for people who play with us.
It do, bro.
It needs
do,
to
bro.
be like, if you get our vote and you fuck over us and play crazy, it need to be a consequence for that on some real shit.
That's a fact.
You just can't finish your term and just be like, oh, well, I got down. No, this shit need to be exactly how
But
we learned.
I think it can be if we really knew how this shit worked, and if we really came together and really like form a lobby, how they form a lobby, and form constituents, how they form the constituents, bro. And if the nigga ain't do what he want him to do, we get him the fuck up out of there, cause that's what they do.
It got to be more than get up out of there. It got to be
Get
some
his
shit
ass
like
the fuck up out of
It
there.
got to be some shit like, nah, no crazy shit. I said kill him, but nah. I'm talking about it got to be shit
Say
like
put
this.
their ass under, huh?
I'm talking about like this though. I'm gonna fuck with you, right? You swear you gonna do right? Take this dirty money and use it. It'll only come up if you fuck us over.
Give his ass some dirty money.
Listen.
And make them use it.
It'll only come up, my bad. It'll only come up if you fuck us over. If you do everything you're supposed to do, you'll never hear about this though.
That's
If
the
they
game
take
they play,
it,
though. That's the
if
game
they
they
take it,
play.
they get that. He took it with no problem. That means he has every intention on doing right. If not, a federal investigation will come up from what? We will rob Blagojevich your ass on some real shit. Cause I feel like
Rob ass
you gotta
feeling
have some
that
skin in the
time,
game.
too.
Trust ain't no thing in this world no more, especially politically. So
It's
we gotta
tough
have
too,
tactics.
man. It's tough too. That's why I say
We
the
gotta
best,
have tactics.
the best tactic I think is really educating ourselves on how this shit work and who do we really dealing with.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're not really dealing with these people. You're dealing with entities and big corporations behind these fucking
That's
people,
politics.
bro. That's
pushing it,
politics like
That's
a
the
motherfucker
politics.
that's pushing them and that's funding them.
Yes, sir.
And you thinking that they pushing this agenda, but there's really some shit that's gonna really harm you in the negative.
Yes,
and it
sir.
always do, bro, in the
sir.
long run, bro. It
Yes, sir.
always fucking do.
Yes,
So
sir.
we really gotta push more in the culture, bro, of not just understanding politics or looking at it from the outside in, but really diving into it
Engaging
and
it.
really engaging in it and figuring out how the shit work, bro. So we can manipulate it in our favor, how
Yes,
other
sir.
cultures manipulate it in their favor. We just look up and be mad when the Asians get a hate crime bill or the LGBT community get a hate crime bill, and niggas be like, we still ain't got no hate crime bill because they way more organized than we do.
Yes, sir.
They got PACs and lobbies that go and support and put politicians
They
in there
conducted
to
business.
vote specifically for their interests.
That's true.
Black people don't have no delegates where we go and put politicians in there to vote for laws specifically for our interests. We don't have
I
not
think
one
that's-
that do that, bro.
I think that speaks to the fact that, like, you know how many brothers we sit around that are lobbyists by nature, and they don't know. You got brothers sitting around with gifts and always knew they were supposed to be something and never could figure out what they were supposed to be. That's because you was looking at 6 different occupations, and your gift catered to something that you never seen a man look like you do.
So you think that is important then, seeing that
Oh my
representation.
God. Man, listen. Shit.
Hey,
Without Dr. J,
guess
I don't
you
even
right.
think it'd be no
The
mic, really.
worst
bro.
one I seen was the Obama. Like all the niggas thought they could be president. Nigga, you can't be no motherfucking president.
And I
That's
see what you
dead.
mean, because that representation help you dream.
Man, bro,
And
because
that
I'm
shit
like,
start everything.
because
No,
it is.
some
You
like,
say,
yeah.
start the
you got
dream,
the gift of
start
gab, right?
everything.
It do.
Gift the gab, and it's like it's not necessarily like a lawyer gift the gab. It's not arguing. It's more so of making sense out of shit. Taking two things that seemingly don't
Mix and
don't
gentlemen,
mix,
Yeah.
and using a logic and compromise to make them gel.
And giving it cohesiveness. Yeah.
If you knew 6 black motherfuckers that were successful lobbyists, you'd be like, I already know what I want to do. Instead, we take that, you need to be a lawyer. That's not necessarily a lawyer.
Right.
If you pull half the teenagers off the streets and ask them, even the most studious, what is a lobbyist? Maybe half would be able to tell you that.
Maybe. I doubt maybe even half, bro.
And
maybe a quarter.
majority of them got it in them to be lobbyists, and don't even know that is a field.
That's a fact.
So that representation need to be there, so we can actually see like what are all the streams and all the opportunities that caters to our gifts and our unique abilities as black men, though. Because we wasting a lot of that shit now, man.
Yeah. But I think it all goes back to, bro. I think it just all go back to just proper education, bro.
Yes, sir.
We just not properly educated enough, man, and we not seeking proper education. We find with the education that we given and just going about our regular everyday life. When just being properly educated will change your life in ways you can't even begin to even comprehend, because you only thinking and vibrating at a certain level because you uneducated.
And when you say education, I know you're not talking specifically to school. You talking
I'm
about
actually not talking about the school at all.
You talking about how to
I actually ain't talking about that shit at all, bro. You feel me? I'm talking about going to find the real knowledge and real wisdom and shit, man. And knowing, like, people think just being smart is just knowing shit. But being an intelligent being is knowing how to figure out shit that you don't know. How to maneuver critical thinking.
That's the lost
critical
art.
analysis.
Yes, sir.
Being able to figure out patterns and being able to pattern recognize, bro.
Yeah.
That's what a real intelligent being is, to be able to recognize certain shit is, bro. It's not knowing what day Columbus put his flag in. You know what I'm saying? Like how they try to equate real knowledge to be,
That's
bro.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
That's not
that's smart.
intelligent.
That's not intelligent.
We need to invest more in producing real intelligence and real education to our community, bro.
And more things that actually make a difference for the majority of us.
Yeah.
Because we critical think about a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like the ability is there. It's the lack of aim. It's the lack of discipline and lack of opportunity. Those three things can change a culture.
Yeah.
Discipline, aim, and opportunity.
Could change everything.
That can change. I'm talking overnight.
Overnight, too.
But like you say, where you get the opportunity from?
From those that's already in play. I think for every lobbyist, for every president, for everybody sitting on the board,
they scared to interact with the people.
I don't think it's necessarily scared. It's just that it's a sense of they don't. Two things are happening. The people up here don't know how to reach the people down there. The people down here don't know how to reach the people up here.
Yeah,
there's a gap. We need to bridge that.
It's like when I look at when I compare niggas that rap and shit down south to niggas that rap in other places. Like, niggas hustle up here, niggas hustle down there. Them niggas that hustle down there, the aunties and the grannies that's off that coke and shit, they come up north, we kick them in their ass. Get away from me, you hype. Then you go down there, they calling them aunties and uncles and all that. That's why I love that South shit, because no matter what you've been through, they still look at you as one of them. They don't look at you no different. That's up north shit. That's us up northers that created this shit. That fucked our head up, because we up here where it's glitz and glamour, and we ain't down there where it's fucked up and you got to pull teeth and nail to survive.
You know what they call us, right? It's Midwest, they call it the 10th. The 10th.
No, I know nothing about that.
You know what the 10th comes from, right?
The
ideology of the W.E.B. Du Bois, the talented 10th theory.
Okay.
So the talented 10th is the 10% of the people pull up the rest. So you take the talented 10th, the more talented 10% in your group, and you guys are so effective, y'all accomplish things, and y'all pull up the next. It's the 10th theory. So they call what we at the 10th. It's also speak to the sort of bourgeoisie that we are. So I get what you're saying. And I think if used right, it can be effective in a positive manner for the majority of our people. But we not. We just stuck on just the fact that we the talented 10th. We the motherfucker that can make shit happen, shake shit up, get the job,
Like
get the
when I went to the
opportunities,
South, I
get
was
noticed,
jealous
and shit
of
like
them
that.
niggas, bro.
bro.
But we not using it to be like, hey, we only like this and got this opportunity and got this bold flavor to help to pull back. We just stuck in just having it.
Yeah.
Because when I went down south, when I went to Atlanta, man, I was jealous of that shit. Like, it could be dirty, all that shit, but I was jealous of that shit. Them niggas, no matter how dirty, they on the same page, man. They on the same page.
I don't know now. They total thugs. No thugness. I don't know about that.
but they on the same page, bro. And that's what we got to get to us up north. Because if that's the case, if that's shit true, then we not doing our jobs up here. We are not the nation.
We are not.
But that's what I want to ask y'all too, though. So what is it? What y'all think that is about the culture that we got here specifically, bro? Why is the culture even the culture?
Ooh,
if that question makes sense.
That's a loaded question. Well, the culture is the culture because it's all we got. And we got to identify this thing of ours as something, so we just got to make culture.
So what I mean is, from a general standpoint, and from even outside looking in, from even other cultures' perspective, and even from I give it my even personal perspective too, our culture as a whole in general is pretty much a negative culture. It's pretty much a culture of degradation that pushes the most.
I ain't gonna say the most
negative
culture,
shit, bro.
But it been negative probably in the last 20, 30 years.
That's what it's become. Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. I'm talking about what the culture is.
I'm gonna say for the last
it could
20
be forever though.
years.
It could be forever though, bro.
I would say the last 20
it's a
30
totally
years.
negative perception, bro.
We look at it fucked up because it is fucked up. But a lot of this shit that going on with black people is the reason why the world is still afloat.
No,
so
everybody
we gotta look at it like a gift, and we gotta look at it as a curse.
But everybody gonna benefit from blood being on the streets. For shit show, but that don't mean it's a positive.
That don't mean it's a fucking
just
positive,
because you
bro.
can just you got
Our culture is
people
terrible,
houses
bro.
burned down out by the property don't mean it's good if their house burned down because somebody else got the property. That's fucked up. Check this out. And I think if we're gonna take this deep dive, we gotta really go deep.
Yeah.
I think we got a negative connotation to our culture, and because our experience in this world for the last maybe 400 to 500 years have been one of degradation and triumph. You know what I'm saying? So I think a large part of that still lives. It's that vibe in our veins, and it's rubbing off more so than like the light, the positive, the great things about us is because we already know like a car crash won't get more attention than somebody walking an old lady across the street. It's the drama that sells.
Yeah.
And we just the show for the world. Everybody know black people are the most talented people in the world.
But that's my question though. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is that about our culture? Like we'll call the nigga who trying to go to school to be an engineer, we'll call him a lame and a goofy, and the nigga that's the killer in the neighborhood, he get all the respect. The nigga who killed the nigga, like, why is that
that's
so prevalent in our fucking culture?
I'm gonna say this though. I don't think that's what it is.
They just looked at as traitors.
No, that's not true. If we really being honest though, JB, we've never called a nigga that want to do good a lame. We called a nigga who want to do good and act like he don't know what the fuck going on a lame.
Listen, and
it's never what you want to do in life. It's that when you act opposite minded as to like what the real struggle is.
Like where you come from.
When you lose sight of that, then your ass
that's
lame.
Most of them, but that's what most of them
we
do, though.
And we don't glorify killers though. We glorify niggas. We glorify niggas.
Nah, we do. Not we as in us, but if we talking about for the culture, for the most part, we speaking generally, the culture definitely glorifies the killer.
They glorify his killing or just the way he's carry himself, his masculinity that's getting glorified.
There you go.
Is it the killing you thinking or just the way he carry himself the way he carry himself might seem like it's negative energy, but he just a man that's on purpose
the way he carrying himself ain't getting him glorified. It probably helps the glorification, but it's not what's getting him glorified. What's getting him glorified is the killing.
You know, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
So let me drive this home though. What he's saying is not the way he carry himself. It's the authenticity. That's what's being glorified.
I'm saying that's because what gives him the that's what gives. Okay, so I'm talking about that's what keeps the eyes on you.
Yeah.
But what gets you the eyes is, oh shit, he slid on the ops. That's what get him the eyes. The aura keep the eyes on you and won't make you become the man.
So I'd say that what gets the eyes on you is however you display who you are. That could be if you're a rapper, if you're a singer, whatever you're doing, like if you're a hooper, if they say you in fast, you a model, right? Whatever you do to catch our eyes will get the eyes on you. Now, what gets you certified is everything we see you talked about and actually did. Not that we glorify what you did, but the fact that you telling your truth.
Okay.
That's what we glorify. But it does get misconstrued on Meech. It does.
It's a slippery slope.
It gets misconstrued and it starts to look like we honoring the fuck shit behind them
it's
though.
It's a slippery slope.
It is.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like, and that's what it's coming off as though.
It's a slippery slope. Yeah, it really is.
I was gonna say you also got to take into the fact that we're not glorifying the fact that he's a killer. We're glorifying the fact that he's the guy amongst his peers. So, for example, if he was killing innocent people, we wouldn't glorify that at all. He's killing killers.
Killing somebody.
He's
into
the
it with
top dog in his field. His field is
He's a
being
colonel in the
hitter.
war.
His field is being a hitter in the streets. The people
what
that
you're
he
saying.
kills are other hitters in the streets.
I heard somebody
Which
say
ain't
that.
to be glorified either, though, because
we're
you know,
not.
killing
Yeah,
people.
we're
I heard
not
somebody-
glorifying.
I'm saying it's
we're
still
not
a
glorifying
glorification
the
of murder though.
That's
At the
true.
end of the day, though.
But we're
That's
not-
what I'm
that's true,
saying
that's
though.
true.
We're not necessarily glorifying the act. We're glorifying the fact that he the top dog.
But even
he's
if that's
only-
the case,
but I'm
still,
saying though, but I'm saying you still
Not
got
saying
you
it's a
still
good
got to
thing.
pull it up
Not
more
saying it's
because
a
he's
good
only
thing.
the top dog
Yeah.
because he
Not-
murdered
It's
somebody.
like he's a soldier.
It's
It's
still-
like a soldier.
Not-
But I'm
But
saying
TJ
it
not
all-
saying it's right. He just saying what it is, though.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
even when you peel everything
But-
you saying back, it's still simply
still
because
bullshit, though.
he murdered somebody.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, but we do it in all aspects. For example, that drug dealer that's the top drug, that basketball player that's that. Everybody, it could be 3 dudes in the neighborhood that's cold. We gonna always be like, but you ain't him though.
Yeah,
you
that-
ain't.
that guy is always gonna be glorified, yeah.
But I'm saying that's still something different though, because
Yeah,
other
but-
coaches ain't like that though, bro.
I know, but that's
white
what I'm saying.
coaches.
We
they
glorify
idolize they
that
idolize
guy.
and glorify they basketball players and they football
No,
stars.
but-
they movie stars. They don't
Hold on.
glorify.
No.
crime though.
They don't
No,
glorify
hold on.
they killers, bro.
Hold
They
on.
don't. They
Yeah.
don't celebrate they fucking murderers.
But they
do.
ashamed.
No,
they
they
be
do.
ashamed
Yeah,
of them,
they
bro.
do.
No, they
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 do
do.
not.
Can I-
Hold on, wait. Just because the movie companies come and
No.
profitize off it, don't
No.
mean that as a whole, the white community is pushing that shit and glorifying
Hey,
that
P,
shit.
I wanna
White
make
people
one
do
point.
not glorify their murderers,
I
bro.
wanna make one point.
They be ashamed of
Luigi,
their murderers, bro.
Luigi has an entire. He
think they kinda do
like
glorify their murderers.
yeah.
Let's simplify. Hold on, TJ. Let's simplify it. Trump supporters, Bush supporters, Reagan supporters.
Luigi has
Listen,
a cult following.
Reagan. Let's simplify because everybody don't know Luigi who killed the CEO. Let's simplify. Let's bring
the
it to the
nigga-
big names, right?
This dude who just killed Christian Kirk is finna have a following.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. He's
But
finna be
let's do this.
glorified.
Let's even simplify it,
What
though.
y'all
Listen.
saying is two different things, though.
Let's
Just
simplify
because,
it, though.
hold on, wait. Just because there are people that is praising them. I'm saying as white people, as they culture,
They- listen,
as they hold.
I wanna make a point
They
that's
don't
to challenge
glorify
that.
that shit and be like, yeah, he slid on the ops.
You are tripping.
listen,
They
wait,
don't, bro.
wait,
They
TJ.
don't, bro.
They set these people. They etched these people in stone.
TJ,
Do you
I want to give him an
Hold on.
example.
Hear me out. Do you know that there are a lot of black serial killers? Do you know why you can't name one right now? It's because the white ones got it on lock and they glorified.
I'm saying
I'm
y'all.
telling you, bro.
I'm saying y'all
it's just a different-
y'all
it's-
misconstruing,
wait,
bro.
listen.
Y'all
He said
misconstruing
what-
what being infamous and
Yeah,
being glorified
bro.
is.
That's why I say, TJ, you gotta let
That's
me
what
get
I'm
this
saying.
one, bro.
You misconstruing it. You
he's saying
conflating the
they
two,
don't
bro.
glorify their people, though,
Being
bro.
infamous
Yeah.
and being glorified.
Yeah, that
is
wasn't
not
a good
the same
example.
thing, bro.
So let me try one, P.
All right.
Ronald Reagan. He brought drugs into their country.
Yeah.
They glorify him, right?
They glorify Ronald.
Right? Listen, Donald Trump killing motherfuckers as we speak.
I'm saying, but
Arming nations to just Holocaust shit.
They say
And
keep them
they're
to
glorifying
alligators and
him.
shit. Yeah, we fed to the game
Bush,
in Florida.
listen, George W.
No,
Bush
they are murderers, though.
started a war
I'll give
line
y'all
on the
that. They
motherfucker.
murderers, though.
And they praised this motherfucker.
no, I give you that. I give
General
you that.
Wallace. General George Wallace. Man, listen, they just do that shit. I'm gonna tell you why it's different though.
But
because
they don't praise
do it in the
murderers,
name of the
bro.
country.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They don't praise murderers in a form that's going like be a detriment to their community though. They don't
Okay.
glorify the nigga that's going down and shooting teenagers, shooting up
Because they
the
don't kill
basketball court,
themselves.
though, bro.
They don't kill each other. They
don't
kill
glorify
other
those
motherfuckers.
niggas.
Yeah, you're
No,
right.
they don't
You're right.
they just
You're right.
glorify.
They gonna glorify
like
shit that don't affect them.
no, they just gonna glorify like the Texas shooting and shit. They gonna make a movie about that.
No, that's not glorifying, bro. You missing what he's saying.
Yeah, that's not
That's
glorifying,
infamous.
bro.
because that's
Let's make it
considered
famous.
infamous.
Yeah,
No,
being-
glorified is different than go ahead, P. Push
Yeah,
it.
glorifying it and being infamous ain't the same thing, bro. What you push culturally is what you glorify. Just because motherfuckers come out and shit get popular and become infamous, don't necessarily mean that's what's being pushed by the culture.
Yeah.
Everything comes in trends and fads. Shit could be just a trend or a fad that just
Yeah.
become popular. It
Glorifying
don't necessarily gotta be
is-
something that's
it's a staple.
etched in the culture.
Yeah, like you said, it's etched in this, like.
So like I'm saying, school killings. That's etched in their culture,
Nah,
right?
bro,
It's not?
no. That's just something they do. That's like adversely. That's like an adverse effect to list like a few motherfuckers looking the same, living in the same areas.
Yeah.
That's just that. But they not glorifying. Glorifying would be Ronald Reagan, that's their guy. Like Reagan, we need another motherfucker like Reagan. White people in a majority love Ronald Reagan, what he stood for, his policies, how the country was being ran.
They do.
But on the flip side, that motherfucker brought in cocaine.
He did.
White people love fighting for our country. They look at what Bush did, like he stood up. He was gonna get them towel head motherfuckers. That motherfucker.
But the thing I'm saying though, bro, is too though, bro, they not a detriment to themselves.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
They glorify people who kill.
Detriment to ourselves.
They
bro.
glorify people who kill.
We'll kill a motherfucker next door.
Yeah, not ops, bro.
Not ourselves and calling ourselves the ops.
Yeah, like
Nah,
bro,
you're right.
what?
I
They
can
not
never back
glorifying
that.
that.
You're right.
Also, now it's also to the point where
This TJ, ladies and gentlemen.
it's also to the point where other cultures glorify it. Because honestly, if you go online and you go up under these rappers' comments and stuff, it be little white boys that
Look
be
at the
like,
concerts.
But it's
Yeah,
because,
that's who buying the
but it's
tickets.
also, but that's a lot of that's because we the most influential culture,
Yeah.
on the face of the planet.
That's true.
Like our influence knows no limits.
Yeah,
so we
that's
can
true.
influence anybody to do anything just because.
But you're right,
that shit
because I
just
gotta
oozes
say,
out of us, though.
I can't help but to think if we don't certify them, then it don't make it to them little white boys. It don't
See
make
what
it
I'm
to that
saying?
white crowd.
I agree.
We gotta
1000%,
step them and
bro.
certify them.
What
though.
we say is cool and what is in is what the fuck is cool and what is in, bro.
around globally.
If we globally, bro,
Globally.
if we decide that knowing ins and outs of politics is what the fuck is the move is,
That's the move.
knowing how to open up a business,
That's the
bro,
move.
knowing how to start the process to becoming land and acre owners, bro. If we
I think
make
we getting that,
the
OP.
We is getting that. It's a way better
think our
push, bro.
generation is doing a
I
great
think it's
fucking
huge-
job, though,
I
bro.
think it's a huge push for it, bro. But I think it need to be an overwhelming push if
Yeah.
we want to see the
But
needle move.
and this what I was
the
telling
way I want to see the
this
needle
what I was
move.
telling
bro.
Leo, the way
That's
you want
real.
it to move, it's gonna get there eventually. You gotta realize, you, James, TJ, me, we only like the second generation born uptown. People before us, a lot of them, like before the 70s, if your mama born in the 70s, she's probably the first generation born in a
Nah,
busy
yeah,
city.
all they people is from
Everybody
Mississippi
from
and
Mississippi,
shit.
Arkansas,
small ass
all
hut.
that shit, yeah.
So when you come to
Louisiana.
a big city, in a city, what you gonna do? You gonna fuck around. You gonna indulge with whatever going
Damn,
on.
I never thought about that perspective.
You're gonna
No,
indulge
that's-
in
you're
whatever
right, though.
crazy
That's
shit
super
going
interesting.
on.
I ain't never thought
so
about that
now
either.
you got people here, like our kids coming up. Now they like the fourth generation. So now you're gonna see shit and get much better, and decisions get much better with some of those kids because they kind of know the game. They by us being here,
That's
our
an excellent
experience is
point.
already
No,
to
it
soak
is.
their feet in.
It is.
So we know the ins and outs. So you tell them don't do this, you tell them don't do that. Of course you're gonna have some bad seeds this life. That's how to make the world balance. But for the most part, it's gonna be a rise. That's why when you look at the graduation rate, all that shit, we still on top. We still progressing. It's just not getting spoke about. People just not putting it in the forefront. And that might be a reason. And the reason might be they not putting it in the forefront because they know niggas known to get they shit hijacked. We've been getting our shit hijacked
But
for the last
that's my
5 to
point
10
too, though,
years.
bro. They can't put it to the forefront. We are the forefront.
That's true.
We determine what the forefront is. If we push that to the forefront, then it'll be at the
No, I
forefront.
ain't saying them push it to the forefront. I'm talking about us push it, but us don't push it to the forefront because it's some with our DNA got us still in that mindset that, hey, the motherfuckers ain't gonna do right.
It do,
They
bro.
ain't gonna do right.
It's still
and so
a
the people still be
huge trauma,
the people
bro,
still
on
be
the-
froze like, nah, I must keep my mouth closed.
What's the
I ain't
analogy,
gonna
bro?
say too much.
The jar with the lid and the lid off analogy, bro. That's what it is, bro. I think that's what it is with our people, bro. We still think it's a jar, a lid on the jar, and we can't get out the jar, bro. When the lid been gone for, I don't know, at least 20 years now.
The one thing
It's
I
been
do,
at least 20 years where you could literally do anything you want in this fucking country, in this world, bro. Where you could go anywhere, become anything, and have anything you want, bro.
you have
at
the
least 20 years, bro.
No, you
but
have
black
that
people still
opportunity
look
now.
like, black people as a whole still look like, have the perception that the white man got their foot on their neck, bro. And that is far from the case. Is it bullshit?
your own foot
Is it
on that.
pleasant? Is it plenty of bullshit? Hell yeah. But can you also overcome anything and be able to do anything, bro, if you know what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
100 fucking percent.
Yeah,
bro.
but and it's all about what type of lifestyle you want too. Cause you can survive in this shit and duck the white man all day and be what's the name. But if you trying to do some great shit, you trying to leave a legacy, a milestone, something all over the world, then you fucked up. Cause you gonna have to get in bed with that opposite. They don't have to get in bed with you. You have to get in bed with them to further your enterprise.
Right.
So rather or not, them people gonna have ties to you regardless. And that's what niggas, and that's the shit that niggas like Farrakhan be trying to say, like, It's okay to fuck with them, but you can't give them ties. It's like the mob. You could do all the dirty work for the mob. You're still not mob, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you do. You can help us get $1 billion. I will fucking kill you, and you're not in this circle for real. You an associate of this circle. And that's how we need to bring it. That's how niggas need to keep it. We too friendly. We don't know how to just
So would y'all
fuck with
say,
somebody
like,
and not give them. We got to fuck with and give them all.
I take it even deeper than that. We don't even know how to organize as a culture at all, bro.
So would y'all
We
say
have
like
we have no cultural organization, bro.
We had it. Niggas,
We definitely had it. We definitely had it at a point in time.
Because you know
but
it
we
died
have
off
none
because just
now.
what you said. It died off because what you said. You got all the opportunity in the world now. Niggas feel like they got all the opportunity in the world now.
But niggas don't feel like that though for the most part though.
A lot of niggas do though.
Most niggas don't feel like they can do anything. Most niggas feel like the white man got their foot on their neck, bro.
No, that's not true.
A lot of niggas
you
do,
sit in
bro.
a room, you just it's niggas in this whole thing right now that don't feel like that.
I'm saying that's not
but that's saying a lot though. If it's 7
is,
niggas
but
in here
that ain't
and
saying-
only and 5 of the niggas feel like that, and maybe not 1 or 2 feel like that.
But
that's
we
something
not
big.
the majority though, JB. We not the majority
we not
of
the
the
majority,
niggas
but
in the
it's
culture.
majority. But if
we
you're majority,
different than
it's-
most niggas,
no,
bro.
it's like thugs.
And most
If
niggas
you-
that's on the streets, they have that perception, bro.
It's-
I ain't getting into that shit. Oh, that man, the white man keep you. The white man ain't gonna let you do that. It's more
that's 'cause-
niggas that think like that than know for a fact that you could do anything you want to do, bro. If you walk down the street and ask a regular nigga that, bro, do the white man got his foot on the black man neck? You mean to tell me you think 8 out of 10 ain't gonna say yeah, bro?
I really think that term come from niggas like us that's trying to do better.
Hold on, wait. That's what I say though. When I think about it, the percentage of who feels what doesn't matter because neither one of them is doing shit.
Oh, okay. That's
But it do though, bro, because the majority dictates the perception.
But that's what I'm saying.
If it's a
Listen,
majority of people having that perception,
that ass,
then that's
like-
what's gonna be perceived as what's
but this
real
what I'm
for the
saying.
culture.
This what I'm saying. Meech, look, check this out. 2 people can be doing the same thing or not doing the same thing for the same reasons though. One dude feel like because I have all the opportunity in the world, I just don't know what I want to do yet because there's so much I want to do. I just can't focus on one thing. This dude feel like I ain't did it because the white man got his foot on his neck. We don't care about the percentage of who does what because y'all both in the motherfucking box and not doing shit at all.
I see what
Y'all both not pushing the narrative of getting shit done by any means necessary. Y'all both ain't pushing the right narrative, the positive narrative to the forefront. Y'all focus on why the fuck he ain't doing it, why the fuck he ain't doing it, why the fuck I ain't. Y'all both not doing it. So fuck the why.
Too much watching, which is a lot of judging. Yeah,
Too much watching.
That we just talking about. Yeah, that's a lot of judging. We
You feel
do
what
too
I'm
much
saying?
pointing the
So
finger.
we
at
do
each
have
other.
brothers that feel like the white man on the foot on his neck. We got something for him. But we do have motherfuckers feel like I could do anything, but you ain't did shit yet.
So who's really in the bad position?
No.
I see what you're
And that's where the bullshit
Shit
comes
comes
in
when you start
because we
thinking
want
like
to
that
start
too.
talking about who in the worst position.
I see
Y'all
what you're saying.
motherfuckers in line together. Let's
Everybody in the
focus
same
on
fucking
getting
pot.
shit done, though, man.
It's a fact.
I
That's
agree.
a fact.
You feel what I'm
I agree
saying?
1,000%.
And it's as simple as having basic formats. Hey, yo, take a skill analysis assessment. What you want to do? Now we gonna tell you what you want to do. Match the skill set that we see in you. Hey, and we gonna link your ass over the motherfucker doing that right now.
Yep.
That's because we are right now culture,
But
and
that
that's
goes
what's
back to
fucking us up too,
education,
bro.
man. Go back to what you were saying earlier.
We are right. We are,
Properly
It starts at
educate
home.
ourselves
It starts at
starts in the
home.
fucking
but that's what it is
man.
though. Like no discipline. We
No
got
discipline.
to come up immediately, and that's what's fucking us up.
But when you get the
we don't
discipline,
want to
you need
sit
some
back and
other-
late and let it play
You gotta
out.
ask some
I
more.
don't think,
You gotta ask
that's the
more.
case. I think that the action and shit ain't got to be overnight. I think the perception has to be overnight though. The shift in the mind has to be
It
overnight.
goes back to
though.
these 3
You
principles,
got to
fellas.
change your mind that instant, bro. It
Hey,
might take a
listen.
while in the physical,
Hey.
but your mindset got to change overnight.
It
bro.
goes back to making that nice ass bowl of Frosted Flakes, man. You need 3 things: sugar, milk, and Frosted Flakes. You need aim, discipline, and opportunity. Perception
don't
is the
forget your
aim.
spoon.
You
You
got
need your spoon.
you got to fuck that. Hey, listen, you got to have the aim. That's the perception.
That discipline's so fucking important.
discipline, man,
that's
listen.
That's the toughest one.
But let's just say you got both of those, and a lot of us do. You know the one thing we seeking like a motherfucker, opportunity. And we got
It's
to
niggas that
understand.
don't know where to look. Yeah,
And we no, and fuck that because it may find you, but a lot of us have to cope with the fact that like you may have to create your own.
you got to manifest it. Niggas don't know how to manifest.
And
that
here the
energy,
thing
bro.
is, the opportunity you may create may not be for you to make it. maybe for another motherfucker behind you to make it. But you need to be the creator of the opportunity, though.
Yeah.
And our generation got to understand who we are. We are the first to do a lot of shit in our bloodline.
Yeah.
This shit pathological to fail. A lot of us are the first to do a lot of things, right?
How long it took my
In our
folks to get shit
bloodlines and our
right?
family, right?
That's a fact.
So
Yeah.
we got to understand, like, we may not be the dude who get all the way there, but we set the foundation for our lineage, for our kids to carry on the torch. And we got to be cognizant of these things, though, when we moving out here, though. Yeah, we want to see instant change. We want that instant gratification like the next man.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's delayed. You the first leg of the baton, man. You the first leg of this race. You got to take your time, give yourself patience, and just know the foundation that you set, make sure it's on solid ground and not quicksand. Don't try to get ahead so fast. You get, I'll accomplish this, and then your kids lose it.
That's what
Build
the
it,
problem
teach them
too.
how to keep it up
Gotta
so you can
maintain it.
have it, though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, we're in a microwave society. Our generation is so, but in all actuality, us as intelligent black men gotta understand that's all the figment of our imagination. Nothing is like that. Everything takes time. So
Yeah,
nothing
everything
that we
does.
doing today is probably gonna matter today.
Yeah.
Nothing that we
Wanted
say
to be
today
a
is gonna
snap of a
matter
finger,
today.
But that snap of the finger,
It's gonna
4
all matter
years,
tomorrow,
5
though.
years,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That come with having that discipline, man.
That come having that
fact.
discipline.
But I also wanted to talk to y'all real quick about this too, man. I want to get y'all opinion on this because I'm a person that believes for the culture to really move ahead, how we really needed to and not how we wanted to. I feel like we need to get away from religion completely as a culture. What are y'all thoughts on the
gonna be a tough
culture
pill to swallow,
and getting
brother.
away from religion? Do
That's
y'all
gonna be
think
a
that we
tough pill
should
to
get away
swallow,
from
brother.
religion, or are y'all supporters of religion?
I'll take this one first.
Okay.
I've always respect history. I've always found history to be important. I think when you remove certain things without the proper knowledge of knowing why it was there from the first place, it may come to hurt you later on when you realize that you needed it. I think to start anything major, you need a common understanding, which is the aim portion of those three components. And I think religion helps to do that when done right. I think the perception changes, right? And our aim changes. If religion was somewhere where we all can have a common ground and say, this is what we believe in, this is our goal, and this is how we get there. And then religion spoke about all the tribulations and the triumph and the hard times and gave us means and testimonies as to how these people did it. Religion should be just that. It shouldn't just be spirituality. It should be the practice. Because you can do anything religiously. Religion should be the practice of moving forward, of progressing. So religion, how it's practiced today, I kind of have to agree with you, absolutely. But to do away with religion, we have to keep religion because religion is going to help us come together and create this common standard of perception, discipline, and opportunity.
I see what you mean. It gives people.
It's like the playbook.
No, it
but
gives
that's
people.
not
Yeah, it gives
necessarily
people.
mean it's right.
It gives people a foundation to stand on.
There you go.
But I gotta disagree with you though, bro, because I feel like if you're standing on a false foundation, you're not really building the proper
So,
support.
do
that
you
But if
believe
you can create-
everything in there is
No,
false?
wait. We're not
Okay.
talking about no Bible. He just said religion.
Yeah,
But if
religion,
you can, like just today, right now, you can found your own religion based upon your standards and your solid ground. Why would you do away with it?
because believing in the wrong thing could be a detriment to you, whether you realize it or
So
not.
if you got proof of concept, say for instance, you've done what you've done 10 times, Pete. And then you start having seminars. And we believe in it, and it worked for us.
That's a religion.
And then, that's a religion.
Nah, that ain't a religion. I mean,
exactly
yeah,
what it is.
that is a religion.
That's a religion.
I
I
get
knew
that
you was
religion.
gonna say that. I knew
But
you
I'm
was gonna
saying-
say that.
So
Yeah,
we
that's a
can't do away
religion.
with
But I'm saying-
religion.
I'm
We got to
saying
do
if
away
you-
with the prevalent religion.
I'm saying that if you just completely indulged and engulfed yourself in what real spirituality is, that
So
you
that's
wouldn't even
different
need
than religion,
that.
though.
That's what I'm
different.
saying.
But with
I'm
religion
saying we need
comes,
to, as a culture, get the fuck away from religion completely, throw that shit out the window, and completely give ourselves to real spirituality.
But that's what I said. Because
As
some of
far
the
as what,
religion,
though?
some of the religion
As
is
far
a
as what,
guide.
though?
It is a guideline. Some of it is a guideline to just.
As far as
It's
what
just
historically though?
principles. It show you. It teaches you principles. Now, what you take to do with those principles is certain. Is different.
But the same
Yeah.
principles that you mentioned, though, the few things that is good about the Bible and religion,
That's what you
those
take from
don't
it.
come from religion. That come from spirituality. So you can take that same thing
listen, it
from
comes-
just
yeah, it comes
real
from your inner
spirituality.
self, but if you, it's
No,
like,
I'm not
it's like
saying just your
seeing it
inner
or
self,
reading
just
it.
spiritual knowledge in general, esoteric knowledge in general.
what religion is, though, P?
An institutional construct designed to lead man further away from actual spirituality. Is what it is.
Yeah, if you lose it that way.
That's what it is.
But if you use it in that way, but check this out. I can watch football religiously. I can do anything religiously. That's just the practice and tradition to carry out a task or goal.
But watching something religiously and being religious, it ain't the same thing though. Because watching football religiously don't necessarily mean you worship football though.
You got some people that would say, "I stopped going to church and NFL is my religion." They
You do.
live by
You
it.
do.
So a religion like that, we got to separate that because I think what y'all saying it coincides. I'm listening to both of y'all say it's a common thread though. I understand what you're saying though, P. Listen, everything starts spirituality. At least you should, right?
Of course.
But the message and what you receive, what you download from your spirit, the applied practice of that is the religion. That's what it ought to be. That's what
it ought to be. But the established religions
and that's
have no real spirituality.
That's why
in
I
it,
say when something can be good, when it becomes derailed by whatever wicked entities, it starts to look like, and then we want to throw the whole thing away because it stops to have the meaning and the goals and the aspirations of what it's set out to do at first. Though I honestly think if we really practice religion the way it was set out to do, like Islam, just for one, if you take the amount of history that's in the Quran, the Torah, all these things, bro. We can't do away with that. I think
we absolutely got to, bro. No disrespect to the Muslims, but we could talk about the Muslims. I'm glad you interested. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's super interesting.
Not the religion.
I'm
talking about the history.
Let me stories before you. That's what he's saying.
Perfect. Let's break down the religion. Let's break down the history of the religion then. The founder of Islam, Muhammad, the prophet, he was supposed to be a prophet, and he was supposed to be receiving words directly from God, right? Yeah. The Quran is not a man-made scripture like the Bible is. The Quran is supposed to be direct word.
The Bible is too.
No. The Bible not supposed to be direct word from God. So Quran is supposed to be literally directly from God.
This is the problem with that.
The Bible is not it's collection of people's stories talking about God. So the Quran is supposed to be directly Muhammad talking to God and then scribes writing it down.
No. That's false.
That's a fact, bro. Go look it up right now.
Check this out. Listen.
Google right now. The Quran.
I will guarantee you $100 that's not right.
Okay, it's a bet.
So check this out. There are African scribes, right, that was translated into Islam. So the Quran isn't just Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad's take on the situation. The Quran is a translation of an original text. That's why they say it's more books in the original scribes. That's even in the Quran. The Quran doesn't even have all the books, everything that was written. All of these religious texts are translations from an original text. Things have been added and omitted. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I asked ChatGPT, is the Quran believed to be the exact word of God? ChatGPT says yes.
Yeah.
In Islam, the Quran is believed to be the exact literal word of God.
Absolutely.
So the difference between the Quran and the Bible is, again, the Bible is a collection of people's stories, not actual God, but a collection of people's stories talking about Jesus and God.
No.
Quran is actually believed to be the literal word of God.
Look at the Bible. They'll tell you the Bible is, listen, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God.
I'm asking, is the Bible believed to be the...
It's the same thing. But that's kind of different than what we're talking about.
This is my point, though. That's the point I'm trying to make, though, real quick. Hold on, let me...
But ask ChatGPT this though. Well, the Quran was translated from an original text. All of these biblical texts.
The Bible is, most Biblists believe that the Bible is inspired by God, but written by human authors. That's
what they
two
believe,
different things.
though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's two different perceptions. I'm saying the Muslims in Islam, they believe that the Quran is the literal word from God,
but it
given
wasn't
through Muhammad and written down by his scribes. That's what they believe through their religion, bro. That's a religious historical fact. What they believe.
If you talk to any theologian and that's a devout Muslim, he'll tell you, like, listen, all right, so Muhammad was a prophet, right?
So
absolutely,
they believe.
but Muhammad received word not just
from God.
He actually is a translation from a scribe. There is an original text. Everybody knows, like, so the original, I think the Torah is the earliest religious text. It's the Torah.
Nah, not the Torah.
I think it is. Google it. I'm dead. I think the Torah, then Islam, then Christian.
No, you talk about like in general, the oldest text? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even that That came from ancient African linguistics. That's why when we go back, a lot of these stories align with ancient African linguistics, though. Just like when you see we take Kemet, right? How did we get Kemet? So the Nile. Every civilization, everything that's living has to exist around water for it to live. You have to have water, right? So everything, all the civilizations would always establish by the Nile.
Right.
Up top, you had Ethiopia. Ethiopians would travel south of the Nile, and they set up in a space called Kemet. That's where they became Kemite. That's why Ethiopia gave birth to Kemet. If you look at those scribes from there, this predates the Torah, Islam, and all of that. The first religion was what? Numbers, science, math. The first religion was man. We only understood the first religion wasn't spiritual.
But that ain't religion though. That's what I'm saying. That's spirituality, bro.
No.
That's real spirituality. That first shit, bro.
You got it backwards. That was religion. It wasn't spirituality.
No, bro. That's real spirituality, bro. When you're dealing with the forces of the universe and universal laws and Hermetic principles and vibration and frequency, that's real spirituality. That's not religion,
listen
bro.
What you say, listen. What you get from is spirituality, but doing it is religion. That's like me telling you, like.
But I see what you said because you conflate because you can do it religiously. So it's like, but that's two different things, though, bro. That ain't what modernity can classify as religion, though. That would be classified as spiritual. That would be classified as spirituality, though.
I think
religion is classified as Judaism, Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism.
Those are all practices.
Are practices of religion. Those are not classified as spirituality.
So the practice is the religion. That's what you're doing.
I see what you're saying, but that's not how they classified it, though.
I think that's not what we understand it to be, but that's the facts.
I see what you're saying.
Because here it is, though. Spirituality can't even be quantified. We use that to measure something that can't be measured. So that's just something that's just the nomenclature we use. But the spirituality can't be quantified. The only thing we can, when we try to, is the practice of what we received and downloaded, and that is called religion. It's the practice of tradition.
I see what you're saying, but you giving it a different name. But you saying spirituality, but in a religious way, though.
So what I'm saying,
you said spirituality, but you said spirituality is religion. But
no, it's not. It's two totally different things.
Yeah, it's two different things.
The spirituality is the download. That's what comes innate.
No, I'm saying you saying the practice is religion. I'm saying the practice is spirituality.
No,
that's what I'm saying. We on two different pages.
I think we can't even practice spirituality.
I think you can though. I think living by the Hermetic principles, living within the laws of the universe. I think that's spirituality. I
think
because it connects directly to the spirit. Religion connects externally. Spirituality connects internally. That's two different things.
So that's what I'm saying.
A religion you can only externalize religion. You can't internalize religion.
If you living by something,
anything internalized is spirituality.
So if you living by something, that's something outward. It's a practice. It's something you're doing. That's religion. So here it is, the download, what you feel, what you perceive, that innate shit inside you, that's spirituality. The moment you put an action behind spirituality, that's religion because you're practicing.
I disagree. I don't think so, bro.
I
don't disagree, bro.
Yeah, we got different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's simply, and the reason why I say that, this,
but I see exactly what you mean.
Just to prove what I'm saying, though, that's why it's really different religions. It's not. We don't have all the religions
classified as religion. They're not classified as spirituality.
So all of them ain't just religion. It's different religions because it's different practices, though. Just believing in something that just would be like, oh, that's just religion. You wouldn't have like, but I'm a Muslim. It wouldn't be you're just religious because just that is just being spirituality. Can't just be religious. It can't be the same thing. Because if you were spiritual, you would be religious. Some people say, no, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. Meaning this, though, I don't have a practice of it, though. I know I'm connected. I feel it. I ascribe to it. But I don't necessarily practice it, though. But I know and I maintain my connection with the Most High. I maintain that. But I don't necessarily practice it.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Practice in religion would have you thinking. Practicing religion, bro, would have you connecting in the wrong way. Because if you perceive God in a certain way through a religious way, you perceiving God completely wrong. Listen, the perception that's placed on God through religion is completely fucking wrong, bro. And it puts you at a detriment if you looking at your spirituality based on that, it's automatically putting you at a detriment, bro.
I see what P's saying is though, because it's been done wrong, I want to do away with it. I say no, fix it.
But I'm saying you can't fix it because,
absolutely
like I said, because
if you can break something, you can fix something.
Because believing in it automatically puts you away from the perception you're supposed to have, which is the real perception of
what
God. Religion gives you a false perception of God. Religion have you thinking, bro, you could pray directly to God and talk to God.
That's if it's done wrong.
That's not how religion works, bro.
Listen,
that's not how spirituality works. That's not how the process of manifesting and speaking to the universe works.
I agree.
Bro.
If it's done wrong,
right.
it will. And you speaking to the practice done incorrectly. I agree.
Yes.
But this is what I'm saying, P. So I'm saying, one thing you got to consider when saying it is the power of truth. When you insert truth, when you correct something, that's just like if.
So
I'm saying there's no truth in religion, bro.
Listen, and that's my point. So if you insert truth, that thing that you want to throw away is now beautiful again. You just corrected it. That's just like if you take
But religion
anything,
with truth is just spirituality, bro.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's
Check
what I'm saying. So
check this
you
out.
talk about
The practice of truth, which is spirituality. When you carry that out, you start living like that. You're religious.
That's what I'm
your
saying.
religion.
I don't think it becomes religion though. I think because you believe you can do something religiously, that makes it a religion.
No.
Like I could get.
What is the practice of being spiritual?
Practice of being spiritual?
Yeah.
Living within the laws of the universe, practicing the Hermetic principles.
So you have a strategy for doing this.
Yeah.
That's a religion.
But I don't think so. I think a religion is one of the 5 main religions. And when you worship and you have a perception that externalizes God. Any perception that externalizes God is religion.
So you know there's
spirituality don't externalize God.
Listen,
It internalizes
you know
it.
there's religions that tell you like God is within you.
They all say that.
So
but
that's
they
not
all still
externalized,
think
though.
that God is an external force, a goddess in the clouds in heaven with a beard that grants miracles
Well, listen,
and
no,
grant
I'm
wishes.
saying this though. That is
but
some.
also kills babies and old people when he get
but
mad.
that is some.
But
I'm
believe
saying-
he's unconditional love too at the same time.
But we
babies
highlight
and old people.
but listen, when you're saying that you highlighting just those. What I'm saying,
But I'm saying that's the most important because if you have that perception, everything else is wrong. Is what I'm saying.
Listen to me though. Listen.
Once you base it off that, you got to throw the whole baby out with the bathwater
Okay,
at
you're
that
right.
point.
In terms of those religions, yes. Let's focus on the religions that
That's
don't
why they
have
say no
that,
question God.
Which
You'll be
one?
wrecking your
the
brain.
ideology. Let's focus. So,
But I'm saying, we could talk about that too. That's where else in nature does that occur though? Because you got to, like I said, if you living within real spirituality, you got to go based off the laws of the universe. The law of correspondence says, and it's in the Bible too, as above, so below.
Yeah.
As within, so without. What's done on the macro is done on the micro.
Yeah, for sure.
So the universe on a small scale is an atom. So,
It is.
like I said, it's all the same shit. So where
is.
else in nature does it occur that God work in this such mysterious way that man can't begin to even comprehend it?
This is why.
Where
though,
else in
because-
nature does it occur?
because
That's
it-
a false perception, bro.
No. This is why.
That's a false perception.
No,
Ain't
it
nothing
happens.
beyond your comprehension, bro. We are fucking gods, and we
I'ma
can
tell you
comprehend
why.
and understand everything.
I'm gonna tell you why. Check this out. This is why though. This is why even in that argument, because so many people propose this argument though. Where else? You said where else on earth does this occur?
Where else in nature does it occur? What's something that's so incomprehensible that man
Everywhere.
can't begin? Okay, like what? Give me an example. Then.
I'm glad we go there.
Give me
Check
an
this
example.
out. So animals are instinct.
We know
Some of them have.
we
Hold
got
on. Let me-
zoologists that study and know the ins and outs of animals.
Let me land.
All right.
We got
Right.
some animals that do have a sense of common sense and logic, right? Most of them are instinct, right? But in everything they do, neither one of those species have created their own species, have created environment for them. So whether they know it or not, even those things, every organism in life understands there is something greater that preceded me. That's how I am here. So where else in nature does it happen? Everywhere. Whether you acknowledge it or not, every law of nature tells us
I'm saying,
that
but
there
you
is
can-
something
that's-
externally outside of us.
You comparing
that is
apples and
greater
oranges
than
though.
us,
You comparing apples and oranges, but you can't
think
compare.
I did.
You can't compare a sheep not knowing that that God or the concept of the universe is the same thing as man not knowing. That's two different things, bro. We are highly advanced spiritual beings, bro. That's been placed here to become and vibrate at a certain
My point
frequency
was
to
this
be able
though.
to go
My
into
point
the
was
next
this though.
one.
My
So
point
you
was not
can't.
knowing.
That's a
It's
fair
the fact
comparison.
that my point was this.
My
though.
point is this,
Whether
though,
you
bro.
acknowledge it or not, it's still happening. You still living in it.
But that's not my point, though. My point is that's nothing under the sun that is beyond your comprehension. That's nothing that if you took the time to look into it and
agree.
studied it 1,000%,
agree.
you wouldn't be able to figure it out. That's my point. That's the whole
agree.
point I'm making.
I agree.
That's what they say in the Bible. God work in mysterious ways, and I'm saying that's
No. The
that's
Bible don't say
perception of-
that. That's church people who say
Church
that.
people say that though. Church people and religious figures say that God work in a mysterious way.
Pete,
But that's what
I'm
they say.
trying to tell you,
They say it when you point out the contradictions in their
both of y'all
religion though.
saying,
And I'm saying though, if
you're
that was the
targeting
case,
fact the religion is
It's
done
some
wrong.
good shit right now, by the way.
this what I'm saying though, bro.
I'm
I'm saying that people who practice religion, bro, and when they dive into religion, they don't even do the basic research into their own religion.
I agree.
So when you point out certain inconsistencies in their religion or
It lacks
contradictions,
logic.
they say God works in mysterious
It's a
ways.
bailout.
So I'm saying you have to point out where else in nature does that occur because science says that has to happen.
Listen,
we going off a
that's
scientific
called-
fact
that's
now,
called-
and you can never
that's
point out
called
where else in
BS.
nature where niggas can't comprehend something
Listen.
if they don't give it they all to comprehend.
listen, they
bro.
can't comprehend it. Niggas just don't know.
That's what I'm.
So
but that's
when
my
people
point,
don't know,
though.
they start making up their own fallacies and logic. Doesn't mean it's not an answer for it. That person just don't know. Now you go talk to somebody else who do know.
They don't know. None of them know.
See, well,
No person can tell you.
I'm gonna tell you one dude.
No person can
I'm
tell.
gonna tell you one dude.
All right, so let me give you this one then. Let me give you one then. What about the concept of hell then? I haven't heard. I watch debates all day. I listen to scholars all day. Theological debate scholars. The ones that support religion, they can never answer that question, bro.
And that's because
If it's a concept of hell, how is God unconditional love?
because here it is though. Listen, so through my studies, this is what I arrived at theologically, is that God is just one thing. I mean, hell is just one thing. To not be in the presence of God, to be removed from God. So God can be love, but it's also something called permissible will, right? That's the same as this though, and I'm gonna put it in human terms so
The
we can better
imagination
conceive
fuck
this, right?
niggas up. That's
So
what
it's
fuck
just
us
this
up,
though.
the
I have love for myself. I can do all things, right? But I'm not loved. I only love. I need something that can conceive and understand love, so that I can reciprocate the love, so I can get it back. Right now, I'm only loving. I want to be loved. I want to feel what the things that I love feel. I create another me, right? But if I can create it, then I have governance over it.
Right.
Here it is. I can't force that thing to love me because that's not the love everything that I love feels. Everything that I love feels permissible love. I chose to love. So I have to give this thing that I created permissible will. I have to give them the choice to love me and to not love me so that I can receive the love that I give.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Now, here it is. If that thing that I created chose not to love me, then I remove it from my presence. That's the state of hell. To no longer feel the love. Because understand this though, all while you exist, no matter what you're doing, you are in the presence, in the love of God. The moment I stop loving you, you'll feel hell. And that's what hell is. It's a state of being. It's not a fiery place or anything like
That's what I
that.
said.
But that's your perception of it, though, bro. That's your perception of it, though.
Hold on, wait.
Religious.
That's what I say, the
Wait,
imagination
bro.
fuck you up.
The
I
religious
can back this
perception
up.
of hell is that it's a real fucking physical place.
I can back this
Not
up.
some metaphysical place
Yeah.
that sound cute like how you just said it, where it's about emotions and all that shit. I get what you're saying, and that could be cool. But real religion, Judaism, Christianity,
you say it's
they
like
believe
that
hell
it's
is
fire
literally
and all
a
that
fucking
shit.
a physical place, bro. And I'm saying, how could those two things be true? How could the concept of hell be a thing and God could be unconditional love? When one, the concept of hell wasn't even mentioned in the original Testament.
So you
Hold on, wait,
basically
bro.
believe there's no consequences.
Bro, hold on. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this, bro. I'm saying hell is not a thing. The concept of hell wasn't even introduced in the Old Testament. It wasn't even introduced to the Second Testament. So if hell is this real fucking thing that's so detriment to your spiritual success, why wouldn't it be mentioned in the first Bible at all?
What if there was no
Why
hell
would
then?
they wait? It wasn't no hell then. They just admitted hell at the last second and shit. They waited to the Second Testament to
I just
admit
threw
it.
something out there for some motherfucking say shit. What if hell ain't come out yet? Fuck
They
you,
just
like,
decided, yeah, later on to
What
look
if
at this shit,
hell like
man.
the mic shit? What if they come out to the 23rd?
Hell was a DLC pack.
It came out late. It was a late back.
Hell might be like the mic.
But you see
bro.
what I'm saying,
know
though,
when
bro?
that shit
Like
drop.
that can't be true. The concept of hell can't be true, and you cannot say God is unconditional love, bro. We all got kids in here, right? Is there anything that your kids can do, anything that you can think of that your
make you
kids
stop
can do,
loving
bro, to make you not only stop loving them, but want
to
their eternal soul to burn in hell for all of eternity.
Listen, absolutely not. But if they
Is
wanted
anything your kids can do to make you not love them no more and wanted them to burn for all eternity, bro?
Let me ask you a question, though.
That's God, bro.
Let me ask you a question, though.
We go back to the universal law of correspondence. As above, so below.
So let me ask you a question,
God
though.
is in
You
all
got
of us.
kids, right? We got
That's
kids,
the
right?
nature of God, bro.
I don't want that for my child. But what if your child wanted that for himself? What the fuck could you do about it?
No, you can't do nothing about it.
A child living in real unconditional love would never want that for himself.
You got it happening every day.
Nobody's living in unconditional love, bro, especially in our culture.
You don't. Your God don't love you unconditionally.
Not in the way that you think, bro. Not in the perception
What
that's
is unconditional
regular.
love? Does unconditional love exist in this world?
I would say from a parental standpoint, sometimes, but most of the time, nobody knows how to use unconditional love.
Give me your example of anything in this world that you know of.
Unconditional love. Unconditional love is loving somebody.
I say, give me an example of it, though.
Of condition, loving them no matter what they do to you.
Not the definition. Give me an example of it, though.
Loving somebody. JB took a gun out and pistol with me right now. Hit me here bleeding all over the floor. The love I have for him will still never change. That's unconditional love.
So here it is. When I say a practical, I should have said a practical. Give me a real example of it, not a hypothetical.
I just gave you an example. What you mean?
A real example of
somebody that's doing it.
People, yeah, give me somebody that's a practice, a confirmed concept of proof of concept of
a relationship between two people where emotions reach a certain height to where everything.
He wants you to actually tell him somebody you don't like.
I want you to tell me. What have you seen as unconditional love that you have experienced that you know is unconditional love?
The love I have for my kids and for the people that I love dearly.
Now check this out. That's unconditional love, right?
Yeah.
Even with you loving your kids, right? How many people in this world would you say love their kids the same way?
Unconditionally?
Unconditionally.
I wouldn't even say more. I wouldn't even say a quarter. Maybe less than.
But there are some. You're not the only one, right?
Yeah, of course.
So out of those people, what if one was to tell you, like, even in all of that, my child chose to part from me?
That doesn't mean that's unconditional love.
No. I didn't say that. That's not the. I'm just saying.
If the child chooses to depart from the parent, that doesn't necessarily mean that the child don't love the parent unconditionally.
No, that's not.
I could love you unconditionally and stop fucking with you,
that's
bro.
not what. Listen, the reason why I asked because I said you can love something unconditionally doesn't mean that thing isn't going to want to part from you. You said if a God loves you unconditionally, there should be no thing of hell. I say God has never sent anybody to hell. People send themselves to hell. God give you permissible will to make the decision, and through your decision making and your practice and how you perceive shit, you say, you know what, I feel it, I see it. Are you doing all this? But I'm on some other shit. Say, well, listen. I just created the opportunity because I want to be loved. You chose not to. I didn't put you over there.
So let me ask you this then. If you love somebody unconditionally, why would you create a place that would put them in such turmoil for all of eternity? Knowing that I'm God, I know everything.
Listen, how would I know?
I'm God. Wait. I'm the religious God because I don't believe that's the perception of God. But again, I'm going off religious. I'm going off religious perception of God. I'm God, right? I know everything. So I know what you're gonna do before you do it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're thinking, I know it before you think it. So why would I create a place that I can send people to if they do wrong, knowing that man is a flawed individual spirit from this conception?
I know you're not trying to say what you're saying that I can send people to. No, it's not that. Listen,
if you created it, that means you can send it to it. Whether you send yourself to it by your action or by your actions or not, it's still the place that I created. Why would I create such a place if I love you unconditionally?
Maybe that was just a tactic to make niggas do right.
JP, listen, we got like let's set a metric. Let's set a metric though, right?
To burn for all of eternity is the tactic to make you do right.
Let's set a metric, right?
Like what the hell,
Let's
bro?
set a metric because without a metric, we gonna keep on talking in circles though.
Yeah.
Let's agree on some things though. All right, listen. We understand that religion is flawed because it speaks to certain things in ways that the original scribes never did. So the translation, when you translate shit, you will start describing shit in the ways that ancient African linguistics never spoke of.
See, I'm
So
taking okay.
So we talk about fiery lakes, the eternal death, the eternal hell, and all that shit. That was never transcribed. That was a translation. We talking about a dude who got commissioned by Caesar to translate the scripture, whereas original text says it was never man God. It was Mother Earth, Mother Nature. It was always a woman. We took dudes who was ruling the empire, gay men, commissioned a motherfucker, a poet, to write this shit, and we get this. So I get it, P. Listen, when you take the religion that, listen, when you take religion as it is being practiced right now, it is a wash. I'm 100%.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, P. I said that, but what I'm telling you is this. You can still clean that off, rinse that motherfucker off, and get back. And then when truth is the water in the soap in the rag, bro. When you insert truth, bro, you be like, hey, religion done right ain't bad. Anything done wrong is fucked up. Anything done right and for a sole purpose and intent, its initial intent and purpose is gonna be a positive.
But I think at its conception though, it was at its conception it was made to lead man away from actual spirituality.
That's just like a chick, right? A woman
That's just
was
me based off the research that I've done about it, about the research, about the history of the religions I've researched.
Check this out. You know,
they all was conceived off a lie and off bullshit, bro.
This was a parable.
So it's like,
you know what religion is a parable to? In my opinion, women. How it was said for women to be conceived was bullshit. You took my rib. How the fuck is I'm still walking and fucking and doing all this without a rib? We know men need a rib. You took one and made a woman. That doesn't even make fucking sense. All right? So you started with bullshit. Then you backdoored us, interceding because of your dirty ass, want to listen to certain. All of it behind a woman is bullshit, right? But we understand a woman serves a good purpose, though, right? But then through that purpose, she sit here and fuck niggas' lives up, down them, create these narratives.
She the mother
but that's what I'm saying. But listen, let's check this out. But we don't give up on women.
Cause she the mother.
No, not because of that. Because we understand though, a woman, something
but
done
you can't
wrong,
compare that shit to women though, man. It's like you make the wildest comparisons, bro.
Because it's a parable. Stop me when anything I say stops making sense though.
You make it. You compare apples and oranges though, bro.
I'm just saying though.
But you compare apples and oranges though, man.
This is what I'm saying. Listen,
you coming way with the Odell and try to reel it in with the shit,
man. This is why I said, listen.
That's a
we
stretch,
intellectuals
bro.
though, right? Everybody sitting there is intelligent. If I said something that didn't make sense, you would have started.
It makes sense for sure. It makes sense.
If it makes sense,
it's good for the
we can question it, but we can't negate it though.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying is
that's a fact.
We are damn near look at these hoes and say we can rinse them off and still be used. I say the same thing with religion.
I see what you're saying.
You gotta take the good from it. It's good. It's good in it.
I see what y'all saying, man.
It's good in it.
I think we need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. James think we can clean it up, dress it up real good.
I'm hopeful, man.
James, he got faith. He feel like, hey, keep that baby in there. Just change the water.
For
the
sure,
water dirty,
man.
put it down the drain. Put some new shit in there.
Listen, but we gonna get ready and wrap it up, dope, man. I appreciate y'all brothers for coming and having this dope conversation with me, man. You know, I love y'all to death, man. We definitely gotta have more conversations like this, man. For sure, as a culture. And just, you know what I'm saying, just as intellectuals, man, to keep pushing the envelope, keep getting these different perspectives out there, man. So I definitely want to thank y'all for joining me tonight, man. Shout out to the All the Brother Knows podcast. Shout out to our big cousin Young who couldn't be here today, man. Shout out to my boy Boogie, man. Shout out to the podcast, man. Shout out to Forever Shot Network for hosting us in the building today, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to all the guys. Terry, what up, man? TJ, what up? Appreciate y'all, man. Until next time, signing out. Peace.
Love.